want people to hear this, because I want to hear that life hasn't been just handed to you on a plate. And you and I both know the amount of naysayers that have come across our paths, and I would say it's been quite strong walls that we've climbed, and you've climbed. And I think it's really important that people know where you started from and why you are where you are today. So after, what made you then stop the Bedouin bags? When did that stop, and where did you go to next?
Yeah, I'm just going to rewind a little bit because a thought is coming to my head. You know, your grandmother, my mom, God bless her, she was the most amazing dress designer and dressmaker. She especially flew from Cape Town to Joburg to show me a more effective way to produce these Bedouin bags. You know, obviously I must have phoned and said, oh, I've got this huge order and if I'm going to come. She showed me those amazing ways on how to get the order out quickly and still produce a really high quality product.
And funny enough, just to add to what you're saying, that's when you flew over to me in Johannesburg. Remember when I was working for Hollard Insurance, and you taught me how to teach art classes to get extra money? Do you remember? We were living with I was living with Bronwyn and Hennis at the time.
Bronwyn and Tyron, yeah.
In Ty's house, remember?
Oh my word, Justine.
How funny that is. Okay, so carry on. So Graham flew over, and
and then she designed her own bags, but I didn't ship those bags out to the client. I kept those bags for me because they were just so beautiful. Her designs were just so progressive. I said, sorry, I'm not I'm keeping them. You know, I will buy them. So
but I remember Gran being, she was a dynamic woman, in she could just look at your body and she wouldn't even need a pattern. She would just look at your body, draw the pattern from memory, do a few measurements, and then there it was there. She was a very unusual seamstress and dressmaker. She wasn't the normal at all.
I agree. She's very flamboyant, very skilled and creative at the same time. You know, being creative is one thing, being skilled is another, but to have the two together, well, you come from good stock, Justine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So when you said that that obviously you rewound back and you said Gran obviously showed you how to do this with the bags, and then you bought those bags. What happened after that?
So I was getting a bit bored. Well, meaning, okay, so all I was doing is just designing bags now, right? And then obviously passing them on to be made. And then one particular evening, I attended an art exhibition. Eddie, your stepfather, did a few paintings, and he had an art exhibition. I went over there to support him. And I remember dragging you along. And you were so bored, I mean, shame. And it was late at night, and you decided to sit on the stairs outside of this building. And then I obviously accompanied you. I didn't want you to sit on the stairs all by yourself. And I remember one gentleman looking at you with sympathy and said, oh, shame, you know, are you okay? And you went, I'm okay. And then he asked you, is one of your parents exhibiting? She said, so you said, yes, my stepfather is exhibiting, but my mother is a bag maker. She just makes bags. That was a defining moment. Within 2 seconds, I decided that's it. If that's what I am for my child, if that's what my child's going to think of me, that's it. It's really not worth it.
Funny.
Yeah.
So then after that, what did you then set up, and how did you transition? Because I remember we were in the Melville house, and is that when we moved to the Hill?
No, I think, yeah, we went back to a place very close to Melville.
It was that
And
big land, wasn't it? With the, and then I
that's it.
remember you having a studio in there, and it started there.
That's it. Yeah. And then moving to the hill and just start continuing with my commercial art, and then going for doing more illustration work, and then being taught by your stepfather on airbrushing techniques. So instead of working with magic, I still work with magic markers and still work with watercolor and still work with pastel, but I knew I had to expand my use of an extra medium so that I could get more work. And that's when your stepfather taught me airbrushing, which is such a fantastic opportunity. He was a very good teacher, I can tell you that now.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing, isn't it?